Good time zone, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Iodine. I'm your host, BennyKill709. And today we're doing some writing. How about that? How are you guys doing? Welcome, ye old mantle merchant. Glad to see you here. Yep, I'm early. Also thinking of making full-length YouTube videos soon. For brain biters, or like just independently. Oh, theoretically survive in a grocery store. That's cool. I will be streaming 2, 3, 4, 5 for the next 3 hours. So yeah, I'll be ending. I'll be ending for the at the same time. How's it going, Nat Man? Oh, is Madden too? Oh, hopefully you pass. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, hopefully you do. Naomi. Eden. And Estrella. Wow. Is there a way to, like, save the playlists in VLC Media Player? Open file. Save playlist to file. That's not gonna work because I'm gonna be moving the images around. So whatever, dude. Ooh, warm breeze. Warm breeze. I like this song. Add to hopeless. Oh, it's already added. Installment of print speed, switch editor, text editor on article by the article level. I have like 2 workspaces open right now. Cool. So how are you researching doing that stuff? Elon's ribs are built like a bloody rhino skull. That dude is a weird Nazi dude. Eat rabbits. Yeah, if there's a pet section in the grocery store, you could start a little animal farm.
Charlie, what you doing up
Like
there?
in the book, Animal Farm.
You're not supposed to
JK.
be in the attic. It's forbidden.
Don't be a chicken, Molly.
Okay.
Check out what I found.
What is it?
Do you think we can open it?
No, Charlie, we're not allowed in here.
Wow.
Alright, let's take advantage of some of this extra time by actually writing some stuff. How about? Meowdy, Gnatman. Bup, 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 bup. Hey there, Y. Welcome in. How are you doing lately? Done any good writings or ads or stuff? Ooh, flipped it. Flipped it, Ant-Man. New flash fiction story called The Rock Collector. Very cool. Very cool. Can I ask, how many words is it, and how long does it usually take you to write a flash fiction? I could see Nathan. You definitely were not happy about that that mess up there. The idea was from your chat. Cool. Doodle-doo-doo-doo. Do you remember exactly what prompt it was that was given to you in the chat? Grocery stores in America have a lot more stuff than shops over here. Grocery stores sell mattresses, pillows. Walmart would have pillows. Maybe not necessarily mattresses. I don't know if I've ever seen mattresses at Walmart. So about serial killer naming his pet the same name as his victims and registering the names on some UK purebred thing. However, I don't put pets in my story, so to be funny, Pet Rock, the rock collector. Ah, I get it. That's pretty good. I do like that. I could kind of understand not wanting to put pets in the story, especially if it's a serial killer. Like, there's an issue there, you know. I don't know if it's the same issue that you're having with it, but like, if you're writing about a serial killer, they're not supposed to be like a, you know, a good person, right? You intentionally make them like an anti-hero or just straight up like an antagonist from the antagonist point of view or whatever. And when you put animals or pets into a story, generally, like, you want to put the animals in so that it makes the main character or the characters that they interact with feel like good, relatable characters, right? At least if they treat the animals right. And I definitely understand not wanting to put animals in there so that they can be abused by characters or, hurt or killed or anything like that. That's definitely not something that I would ever be comfortable doing. Um, yeah, I couldn't write something like that. If I were to put something like that in a story, it would have to be off camera. It would have to be like referenced but not like directly spoken about or anything. So like if I were to ever write about animals and something, it's generally always got to be good, kind, and a cute fluffy animal that makes the main character feel good, and they're a good person and they treat the animal right, and yeah. So yeah, like it's a great idea to the pet rock thing, a rock collection. That's really interesting. That's really good. I could definitely see like a serial killer having a hobby like that. you know. Cool. Accidentally giving myself a standing desk. Dresser. That's pretty cool. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Boom, 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 boom. The audio is 6 minutes long. Does it have music in it? I know you like to make your own music and put them in the audio. If you want, feel free to put in a link and I'll play it on stream. With your permission, of course. Disqualified. All right. Okay, so I'll listen to it, but I'm gonna pause the music real quick. The Rock Collector.
The Rock Collector, written by Y. Stokes.
At the end of Maple Street stood a sturdy brick house, long since abandoned. The structure was in good shape, but the home hadn't been updated in years. The windows had been clouded with time, and the chipped and peeling paint on the weathered wooden trim obscured the true condition of the home. No wonder newcomers to Hollowbrook overlooked the house. New homes were springing up like mushrooms in the area, and no one with good sense would choose 307 over a spanking brand new house. However, Eugene Palmer was a strange little man. When the realtor showed Eugene the house at 307 Maple Street, the man instantly fell in love. There was something about the tarnished brass door knocker, clouded over windows, and neglected landscape that made him feel at home. In fact, the aesthetics of the home reminded him of himself, slightly rounded in the wrong places, smaller than the average, and quirky. He adored the place at first sight. Nonetheless, Hollowbrook town folks didn't bat an eye when Eugene moved in. Most thought he was a bit too eccentric and awkward, but he wasn't seen as a threat. However, there were a few that had their doubts. His nervous hands and weird infatuation with rocks were slightly alarming. And he wasn't just fixated on any ordinary old rock, mind you. No. Eugene's rocks were oddly shaped with strange textures and unsettling hues, as if the stones had souls of their own. And if collecting rocks wasn't odd enough, Eugene had another weird quirk. He only left his house at dusk. It was like clockwork. Every evening without fail, Eugene wandered the neighborhood looking for unique stones. Nevertheless, people let him be. He was an oddity for sure, but he wasn't hurting anyone, until the day he did. Recently, Susan Moore, a retired nurse with a heart of gold, had taken up gardening. It was a relaxing hobby and a far cry from the hysterics of the hospital halls she'd walked for years. Most days, passers-by waved at her as she planted a new flower or two, but then, one day, she was no more. Susan had vanished without a trace. And before the townsfolk could come to terms with her disappearance, Matthew Cooks, a jolly store owner, vanished too. Disappearing neighbors was becoming a pattern, and no one knew why. But, before long, the number of the missing had grown to over a dozen. And as the names on the list grew, there were no signs or clues to their whereabouts. The police had no choice but to become more vigilant. They began questioning locals, and that's when the rumors started swirling. Most were pointing their fingers at the newcomer to Hollowbrook, the rock collector. Hardly anyone knew his real name, but noticed the disappearances didn't start occurring until he moved into 307 Maple Street. As the rumor grew legs, people began whispering about their interactions with Eugene. Most claimed when they tried to talk with him, he either mumbled and awkwardly shuffled away or spoke in an old dialect. Indeed, his strange behavior was changing the minds of those who initially thought he was harmless. However, the police didn't have any evidence. So, for now, Eugene was just the talk of the town. Then, out of the blue, Patricia Mitchell went missing. The police finally launched an official investigation. The community of Hollowbrook was gripped with fear, and everyone was on edge. However, Eugene went about his day as if he didn't have a care in the world, but the fingers pointing at him were growing. Officer Mac Collins was assigned to the case. He didn't care much about the rumors, but decided to look into Eugene Palmer and his peculiar hobby. And sure enough, Eugene's nervous energy and rambling conversations made Collins think the people were on to something. There was no time to waste. More and more people were going missing by the day. Collins knew he didn't have the luxury of going through the proper channels, so, without a search warrant, he went to Eugene's home. Collins knew he should have waited for backup, but he went rummaging through Eugene's kitchen and bedrooms without a second thought. As he cleared those rooms, he headed for the backyard, but as he reached the back door, the entrance to the basement caught his attention. Collins slowly opened the door and began to descend down the old creaking basement steps. As he reached the bottom, he shined his flashlight along the dark, musty walls. In the corner of the room was a hollowing filled with loose stones. There were dozens of them, and as Collins reached to grab one of them, Eugene yelled,
"Don't touch my rocks! They're precious, you fool!"
Collins' stomach dropped, not from Eugene's eccentric ranting, but because of the etchings on the stones.
Oh my God, what have you done?
Susan Moore, Matthew Cooks, and Patricia Mitchell, along with a host of other names, were all marked on individual rocks. As Collins tried to come to terms with what this all really meant, he turned to find Eugene's trembling finger pointing at an unmarked stone.
By the dusk of pale light, I call for another soul tonight.
Before Collins could move, he saw his name mysteriously being etched onto an unmarked rock as a thick dark shadow swallowed him whole. You see, Eugene's duty wasn't to decide the fate of the souls he gathered, but to escort them to a realm beyond where echoes of life and death reside.
That was awesome. I love the, oh, am I not signed in? That's fine. The turn into dark, supernatural horror. I wasn't expecting that. When the etchings started happening by themselves. And he just got swallowed by the darkness. I love it. It was really good. That's definitely a story that's right up my alley. Very cosmic, cosmic horror. Boom. Man, that was cool. Eden. This is Eden's first line. Boom, boom. Oh, hey there, Odie. Let's go park you over here. Right, give me hopeless. Estrella is sitting by Naomi's bedside. Naomi is being treated for her wounds. And has been unresponsive for several days. Can you tell me what aspects of the prologue in Chapter 1 that I have to improve on in Eagle before I go further? Sure, I can take a look. Now the question is, are you still writing like drafts, or is this a draft of like the final version? Or is this intended to be like the final version? Did you send me a link? I think you did. Is the file version without the ending? Yeah, go ahead and send it to me again, if you could. All right. So first thing, the font is pretty big. I mean, if you're gonna like post it anywhere, it'll go into the regular font. I like this. Let's see, a short man, no taller than 5'7", stood holding his gray wax cap to his chest. I think, a short man, no taller than 5'7". I think you can get rid of the 5'7". Like, you don't have to, you don't have to give, like, an exact, thing. Like, this is something that maybe you can put in, like, the notes, you know? Like, in the, information about these characters that you have. It doesn't necessarily need to be in the story. Looked up at the sky, the inky of night being lit up by the flames of the rocket boosters. As a greater population fled the dying planet in rush. Is this supposed to be like way back when it started? I don't think you necessarily need to say not even. I think this could be just less than 30 feet away. Maybe you could say the man waved to his wife as the nearby rocket began its launch sequence. Maria was just one of the man-made stars in the sky until we meet again, Maria. He whispered, as a few singular tears fell to the letter he held in his hands. We don't necessarily need singular. Could just say, he whispered as a few tears fell onto the letter in his hands. Soldiers said carrying rifles. There should be a period here. Yeah, a lot of the sentences don't seem to end with periods. There's, and then the sentences aren't starting with capital letters, it seems. This is Anthony. This is a proper noun. So it should always be capitalized. Oh. I actually have an extension here. I'm using Chrome, but I do have an extension. Oh, didn't find anything to read. Whatever. This. And this is on Word, too. I could just save it and open it in Word. Is that alright, Poyo, if I save this? No, the one that I use, I mean, you can, but this one isn't gonna do it for this. I don't know, maybe Microsoft purposely does that so that you have to, like, use Edge. Let's see. You mentioned a browser extension? Lulu extensions. Get extensions for Microsoft Edge. Read. Read aloud. So which one do you use? Why? Oh, the Microsoft Edge browser extension is for Chrome. Okay. So that's even better. Extensions, manages extensions. Searches. Well, this only, okay. I don't do extensions too terribly much. MS Edge TTS. MS Edge ETS. We're excited to announce the dark mode feature. Cool. All right. Now let's try. I wonder if I have to, There we go. Maybe I just need to, refresh. F4, F5. Might have to, oop. Might have to close the browser and start it again. Oh, there we go. Microsoft Text-to-Speech Edge. Language, English. English. Country. United States. Ava. Hi, Ava. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, that sounds great. Let's give it a little bit more of a test. What are you doing today?
Hello. How are you doing today?
That's awesome. That's good stuff. Alright, now. And there's like a. Cool. Now, is there a way to just have her read what's on the screen? Instead of having to select something? It's alright, I can select it. Oh, do I have to put the text in here? It's not too. Oh, just highlight and right click. Didn't seem like it was working. It says copy is all that I can do. Maybe it's just these Word documents that I can't do that with. Let's try this. Oh, yeah, check that out.
She couldn't help but wonder whether providing aid to her was actually in her best interest, or if she would prefer death considering the state of her body. Trey had trouble trying to comprehend what had happened to her and how she must be feeling. Was she even aware of what was happening?
Cool. Look, Benny. As I promised, I returned my own old cereal. Your old cereal? Like, are you talking about, City Skylines? Because that's pretty cool. Alright. So, that isn't gonna work with, this. So I just have to do it this way.
Prologue. July 19th, 2166. A goodbye to home. To Anthony Stern. So this is it, the end of our world. Nay, our home. Apparently the scientists are in search for a new planet. I call bullshit, but who am I to say anything? I'm just a lowly farmer from some unknown place in the middle of the Atlantic to them. Until we meet again, my dear. Love from Maria Scott. A short man, no taller than 5'7" stood holding his gray wax cap to his chest. He looked up into the sky, the inky sky of night being lit up by the flames of the rocket boosters as the greater population fled the dying planet in a rush. The man waved to his wife.
So yeah, like, the punctuation, like, this is a run-on sentence. It could be separated into a couple of different sentences. Instead of using commas, there could be, periods, starting new sentences. And there definitely should be a period at the end of the paragraph.
As the rocket sat not even 30 feet away from him started its launch sequence, and in a matter of seconds, the rocket was just one of the man-made stars in the sky. Until we meet again, Maria. He whispered as a few singular tears fell onto the letter he held in his hands. If you want to live, get in any free rockets, a soldier said, carrying a rifle in his arms. Hey, you all right, man? The soldier said to the man. His pale blue eyes glistened in the sunlight. Yeah, I am. It's nothing, don't worry, Anthony said to the soldier. What's your name? Anthony Stern, sir, Anthony said. Charlie Smith, pleasure to meet you. Charlie put his hand out to Anthony and the man shook his hand. Hey, Jack, I'm going to need a room set up for and Anthony Stern. You don't need to do that, sir, Anthony said. Go to Orinopa and be with your wife, Charlie said, putting his hand on Anthony's shoulder. Thank you, sir, Anthony said, giving the man a hug before boarding the rocket. Go before the collision actually happens, Charlie said to the pilot over a radio. Prologue.
So yeah, the beginning of all these sentences need to be capitalized, and there needs to be more punctuation at the end of this quote. You don't need to do that, sir. There should be a comma and then capitalize Anthony. Oronopia should be capitalized, and then go should be capitalized. Yeah. Basically, punctuation could is one of the big things that could use work. And honestly, punctuation would go a long way to make it flow a little bit better. And there's I'm the only avian on the force, or alive. Is this on the force crossed out? Is that like a is that a stylistic choice that you want to retain in the story when people read it? Hi, Sasha. What's up? Bring it to me. Where's the ball? No, Sasha. Whatever. Whatever, Sasha. This is great though, the Microsoft Edge text to speech, because I've been looking for a really good text to speech, and I've been having a lot of trouble. But check this out. Like, this is what the text to speech that I was using.
Days had passed since Trey found the woman. It was little surprise to anyone that she was unresponsive considering the state she was in. In addition to her limbs having been removed completely, her breasts, gluts, and most other muscles in her torso had been carved away. There were heavy signs of sexual abuse as well. Despite all they did to keep it under wraps.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Days had passed since Trey found the woman. It was little surprise to anyone that she was unresponsive considering the state she was in.
Stop again.
In addition to
Stop. And we're actually gonna unpin that, because this one is so much better. Honestly, I might switch out some of the stuff. I want to see.
She couldn't help but wonder whether providing aid to her was actually in her best interest, or if she would prefer death considering the state
If I change it here, what,
of her body.
I have to
She
generate
couldn't help
again.
but wonder whether providing aid to her was actually in her best interest, or if she would prefer death considering the state of her.
She couldn't help but wonder whether providing aid to her was actually in her best interest, or if she would prefer death considering the state of her body. Trey had trouble.
She couldn't help but wonder whether providing aid to her was actually in her best interest, or if she would prefer death considering the state of her body.
She couldn't help but wonder whether providing aid to her was actually in her best interest, or if she would prefer death, considering the state of her body. Trey had trouble trying to comprehend what had happened to her, and how she must.
She couldn't help but wonder whether providing aid to her was actually in her best interest, or if she would prefer death considering the state of her body. Trey had trouble trying to comprehend what had happened to her, and how she must be feeling. Was she even aware of what was happening?
She couldn't help but wonder whether providing aid to her was actually in her best interest, or if she would prefer.
Let's see. Which one was I? Let's try Emma again.
She couldn't help but wonder whether providing aid to her.
Okay, who was the last one that I used? Michelle, I think.
She couldn't help but wonder whether providing aid to her was actually in her best interest, or if she would prefer.
That's good. Awesome. I should try 11 Labs voices. How do I do that? Labs. Do they have a Oh, it's conversational AI. I thought it said controversial AI, and I was like, why are you advertising that? Dun, 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 dun.
The 11 Labs voice generator can deliver high-quality, human-like speech in 32 languages. Perfect for audiobooks, video voiceovers, commercials, and more.
Ooh. That is very good.
The 11 Labs voice generator can deliver high-quality, human-like speech in 32 languages. Perfect for audiobooks, video voiceovers, commercials, and more.
The 11 Labs voice generator can deliver high-quality, human-like speech in 32 languages. Perfect for audiobooks, video voiceovers, commercials, and more.
Very cool.
The 11 Labs voice generator can deliver high-quality, human-like speech in 32 languages. Perfect for audiobooks, video voiceovers, commercials, and more.
The 11 Labs voice generator can deliver high-quality, human-like speech in 32 languages, perfect for audiobooks, video voiceovers, commercials, and more.
That's cool. Okay, let's sign up. Wait, hold on. Oh, that's going to be much easier. My first name is Benjamin. How did I hear about this? Don't remember. Just kidding. Personal use and a creator. YouTuber, Instagrammer, author. I should and do and should. Dun, 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 dun. So is what am I doing? So like, how long do I have this? Is this just a trial or? New Flash, introducing conversational AI, new API keys. API key? Audio tools. This is pretty cool, this music. I'm gonna go ahead and add that. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. John Doe, intimate.
I've seen things you people wouldn't believe. Attack ships off the shoulder of Orion. Those moments will be lost in time.
Like
tears in the rain.
Good quote. Good quote.
कहानी सिर्फ शब्दों का मेल नहीं होती, ये उन लम्हों का एहसास होती है जो दिल में बस जाते हैं.
Crystal clear narration brings each scene vividly to life, engaging your senses.
Sweet.
नमस्ते, मैं हूँ अनिका. चाहे बच्चों के लिए कहानी हो या कोई गाइड, मैं हर कदम पर आपके साथ हूँ. चलिए, शुरू करते हैं.
I mean, these voices sound really good too. Text to speech.
Just trust yourself. There is no greater harm than that of time wasted.
Charlotte.
Government of the people, by the people, for the people shall not perish from the earth.
Cool.
If you spend your whole life waiting for the storm, you'll never enjoy the sunshine.
Our distrust is very expensive.
I have never been hurt by anything I didn't say.
The years teach much which the days never know.
Cool.
If you spend your whole life waiting for the storm, you'll never enjoy the sunshine.
Government of the people, by the people.
There is no greater harm than that of time wasted.
Government of the people, by the people.
Yeah, that one. High enhancement boosts overall voice clarity. Style exaggeration? None. Cool.
People.
Hello. Hey, have a good one, Y, and enjoy your stream. Once you pop on, send a message. I'll put some stuff. I'll do a shout out. In fact, after I get rid of this guy. See ya. Thanks for the free cheap viewers. Shout out Wise Books. Wise Books, a full-time author who also creates music and audio dramas. They're all about storytelling, writing sprints, and interactive writing. Last we saw them, they were challenging themselves to create new stories. Sounds like a great place to get your literary fix. Yes. Hello. My name is Charlotte. It's nice to meet you. Generate speech.
Hello, my name is Charlotte. It's nice to meet you.
Regenerate.
Hello, my name is Charlotte. It's nice to meet you.
That's better. This is cool. Does this have a audio tools? Speech consequences. Voice changers, sound effects. Sound effects. Describe your sound effect? Normal sounds. Holy crap. Is this an AI generation of sound effects? Dude. And I can download it as an MP3 file? Oh, Poyo. Man, Poyo. What did you just do? You have no idea what you've just done. But like, I feel like, is it just gonna be is this create a realistic digital clone of your voice. Curated AI voices for every use case. Like, how long? 4%. See. Okay. That's what I was looking for. I was looking for how long until it asked me to purchase stuff. But 10,000 credits per month. Okay. Custom pricing. 11 million credits per month. Oh man. I'm gonna try it one more time. Gunshot. Automatic gunfire. From several weapons. distant automatic gunfire from several weapons. Generate sound effects. Phone account to show you this. Did it? There you go. That's kind of what I was looking for. That's cool. This is cool, man. Rusty's Farm. It was cool, it was fun, but sometimes it didn't work right with my stream, and I don't know. It didn't, at the end there, it didn't seem like it was getting very much, whatever the word is called. Dubbing. So when I do text-to-speech, and then I can download it too.
Hello, my name is Charlotte. It's nice to meet you. Hello, my name is Charlotte. Hello, my name is Charlotte.
Cool. That's, what is it called? 11 Labs. Let's add a bookmark. Folder. AI. We're gonna just come on. Whatever. There we go. Cool, man. Cool. Have fun with Resident Evil Village. It's a good game. Ba, ba, ba. Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. I want to watch the beginning of Arnie Village again. Was she even aware of what was happening? See, it's been an hour and a half and I still haven't written anything. Alright, Estrella Trey is sitting by Naomi's bedside. Naomi is being treated for her wounds and has been unresponsive for several days. Eden is Trey's ex-girlfriend who has abandoned her body for a life chosen a life in cyberspace. She appears to Ray through her augmented eyes. Much to her dismay. I'm trying to write the first dialogue. Eden's first dialogue. But I'm having trouble coming up with what she should say. Alright, Juniper.
Below are a few possible ways Eden could speak for the first time when she appears in Tree's augmented vision. Each option conveys a different tone or emotional approach, so you can choose what best fits the scene and Eden's personality. 1. Concerned yet formal. Trey, you look exhausted. Has anyone forced you to sleep or eat since you brought her in? This shows Eden cares about Tree's well-being, but keeps a slight emotional distance, perhaps reflecting her new, digitized state. 2. Calm, gentle, and ghostly. I know you don't want to see me, but I had to check on you. Are you holding up? A soft re-entry, suggesting Eden is aware she's intruding and tries to soothe Trey. 3. Warm but strained. I'm sorry, it's me. I couldn't just watch you suffer and say nothing, hints at regret or guilt, showing Eden recognizes the tension. 4. Direct and familiar. Trey, don't shut me out. I'm still me, even if I don't have a body anymore. Straight to the point, acknowledging the elephant in the room, her virtual existence. 5. half apologetic, half tentative. Hey, this wasn't how I planned to say hello again, but I couldn't stay silent any longer. Eden shows hesitance and regret, unsure how Tree will react. 6, playful yet clearly worried. Are you going to pretend I'm not here forever, Estrella? Because I'm not going anywhere, implying a bit of old, teasing rapport while also spotlighting Eden's new persistence in cyberspace. Pick one of these lines, or blend elements from several, to match Eden's personality and the emotional tone you want for her reappearance.
Lo-fi thriller. This is good. Ba-doom, boom, 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 boom. I remember seeing one of the first VR mods for Resident Evil Village, and at this scene, basically the baby is just like attached to your arm, and you can just move it around wherever. And I saw a video of like a guy that was basically doing like baby tricks around the house, like having it like slide down the railing like it was like a skateboard or something, like doing flips and stuff. It's just it's funny. Thing. Inappropriate about Naomi. In the hospital bed. Follow the Bath of Jedi. Analyzing Naomi's case, Ian's voice is detached, almost clinical as she assesses Naomi. Some tissue at this point. In this right here, just a piece of meat. That's brutal. Oh no, Mia! Don't get shot a billion times. The guys that are shooting. Like, yeah, let's take out the chandelier. Oh my god, Ethan was standing there? Sitting there? Oh, you've seen the game 3 times? Ooh, the skeleton dance. I like this. Was she even aware of anything that was happening? Anything was happening? Oh man, Kane sounds really good.
I didn't realize that everybody here dresses up every year. Me neither. It's Halloween. That is really, really good timing.
I like your shoes. Thank you. Will you help
Leon is better than Jill?
I got her. I can help you.
I could see him being more popular, but I guess I'm a Jill stan. You were almost a Jill sandwich.
Damn it, Creed. I've been up since 4.
I'll give these lockpicks to you, Jill, the master of unlocking. And Jill can't do a high kick as high as Leon. That's, I think you're right. She did some pretty good kicks in the Resident Evil 3 remake. But I don't think she quite reached Leon high kick levels. Dun, 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 dun. Just keep following what looks like a path, and you'll be fine. Look for whatever light that there is. I'm pretty sure you can't stray too far from the path. Whoa, what is that? Oh my god, it's a crow that's tied up. There's a bunch of them, oh my god. Ah, that one's still alive, ah. I think you're just supposed to walk past it. Did that scare the heck out of you, or what? Did you forget about all the jump scares? Beast-like growling. What could have been making that noise? Okay, so she's gonna say something. It's a little hard to tell past the bandages and tubes. Well, she's quite a pretty piece of meat. Piece of meat, isn't she? Shivers ran down Trey's spine as she heard. Shivers run down Trey's spine. The woman's, and she unsure typing words he had heard. She had heard words. As she heard the familiar voice. Shivers ran down Trey's spine as she heard the familiar voice.
Days had passed since Trey found the woman. It was little surprise to anyone that she was unresponsive considering the state she was in. In addition to her limbs having been removed completely, her breasts, glutes, and most other muscles in her torso had been carved away. There were heavy signs.
Oops. Dang it.
Days had passed signs of sexual abuse as well. Despite all they did to keep it under wraps, word of the woman had gotten out to the rest of the crew of the Beacon of Solace, but there wasn't much talk, as nobody wanted to speculate on what exactly the woman had been through. Beyond regular status checks, nobody would spend much time in her vicinity except for Estrella. Trey didn't talk to the woman much. She simply sat at her bedside in a digital coma, consuming content at an incredible rate in order to keep reality at bay. She would even sleep in the chair instead of in her own room just a few doors down. Somewhere between sleep and digital detachment, Trey was brought back to reality with a glass of apple juice pressed into her face. She looked at Takahashi with confusion. "Aren't you supposed to be the one that gives her that stuff?" Trey asked with a groggy voice. "Yes," Takahashi responded, "but this isn't for her." The medic pushed the cup into Trey's chest, forcing her to grab it before it spilled. As soon as the beverage was firmly in her grasp, Takahashi moved to the other side of the woman's bed. "I wouldn't mind the help, though," she said. "Ugh. My head." Trey gripped her forehead. "Yeah, you're dehydrated. Funny how that happens. I fucking hate apple juice." "Do you hate it more than having a headache?" Takahashi asked. Trey didn't answer. "There's water over there. Drink or not, I don't really care." Medic Takahashi didn't mind being short when she was working. Trey rolled her eyes and downed the drink with an exaggerated grimace. Setting the empty glass on the bedside table garnered the side eye from Takahashi, who grabbed it with attitude and placed it in the sink only a few feet away. Trey leaned back into her chair and watched the woman in the bed. "Has she responded to anything?" Trey asked. "You would know better than I would." You've been sitting there for nearly 3 days. Yeah, but, you know. Trey pointed to her eyes. It would do you well to stretch your legs. Go shoreside, get laid or something, Takahashi said, but received no response. The medic didn't care to continue the conversation. She completed her inspection of the woman and left the room, leaving them alone again. Despite the large number of distractions that Trey had pulled up across her vision, she still found herself staring at the woman beside her. Trey felt drawn to the woman. She couldn't help but wonder whether providing aid to her was actually in her best interest, or if she would prefer death considering the state of her body. Trey had trouble trying to comprehend what had happened to her, and how she must be feeling. Was she even aware of anything that was happening? It's a little hard to tell past the bandages and tubes, but she's quite a pretty, portable piece of meat, isn't she? Shivers ran down Trey's spine as she heard the familiar voice.
Alright, they're probably not in the roof. Oh no. Well, at least Ethan is still alive and he's got all of his fingers. Oh man, how awesome is it to have all of your fingers? I gotta admit, I do like having fingers. No, my fingers. No, I liked those. Ah, my fingers. My doctor said that I shouldn't lose my fingers. And I'm not supposed to lose those. Ah, my shoulder. I'm not supposed to get hooks in it. And guess what, Batman? If I decide not to sleep through the entire night, then I'll probably be up doing some streaming. I want to do some more Sniper Elite because it seems to be running better. We'll see how long I can play that for. But also, I've been thinking about a game that is coming out soon. Performance check not available yet. Doom, doom, doom. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Coming soon. Coming soon. Where's the coming soon? Dude. Where's the coming to game most popular now? This one, right here, the very first thing. Ah, the 13th. That's like 8 days away. But I want to play Avowed. I want to play Avowed. Play Avowed. This will be cool. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, it's going to be playable on the Xbox One. Wow. Wasn't expecting that. I'm ready for a nice fantasy RPG. For a moment, he wasn't sure. Whether he wasn't sure if it was just in her whose voice was in her head when she looked over to see dun, 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 dun. Ba, ba, ba. Hey, Shakan. Don't waste your ammo, man. Just run. Yeah, good use. Yeah, if I remember correctly, there's not really much you can do. You basically just gotta run around until you get a certain cutscene. Or you might have to go to a specific place. But I think the enemies will just keep spawning. You can use the, oh, no. Ooh, cozy curse. I think I like this. We saw Eden. The familiar buxom blonde. Buxom. Definition. Familiar synonym. Whoops. Intimate, confidential, friendly, easy. No. Is the Serbian dancing lady? Serbian dancing lady asked me about her. Did I? We saw her buxom blonde ghost step into the light, step out of a dark room. Her eyes glowing. Like a predator from the shadows. Trey let out a heavy sigh. As she bowed her head in disappointment. The gorgeous ghost continued.
Have fun storming the castle.
Hey, Natman. Thanks for the raid. Down. Gorgeous Ghost continued. Thought you said you heard real girls. So you have something to grab. Eden approached the bed and leaned forward. Observing the woman's limbless body carved body. Boom boom bow. Boom boom bow. Okay, Cozy Curse. I didn't add that one, so add to Hopeless. This one doesn't have. This one has almost nothing. No tits or ass to speak of, and very little of anything else. There was nothing that Trey could do to stop Eden from speaking. Stop Eden. Wait, I didn't... Chapter 5. Okay, maybe not chapter 5. Chapter 2? No, chapter 3? Quiet Muffles. Oh my god. Okay. The ship was quiet except for the muffles. I need to edit this one then. First, Control F, Eden. Okay, so I need to go to chapter 3. Very start. And then we're gonna say the ship was quiet except for the muffled voices. Boom. Easy. Easy clap. Chapter. Okay. Oops. I'm still on scene 1. Even disabling or BSI completely wouldn't do it. Thanks for being there, Nathan. Good luck on riding your booge. Is Eden. As Eden was intimately aware Eden had clearly on her that not possible to completely disable a BSI without having it surgically removed. Whenever Eden appeared, Prey could only grin and bear it. Prey could only wait for her to disappear on her own. I remember you not being able to get enough. We'd spend days in bed. Lives. Eden said. Spend days in bed, attached to the lips. I remember you saying you wished you had more hands. More hands to feel me with. A longer tongue. You get to more or to reach places. Whatever happened to that? It wasn't a mystery to Trey. And she knew it wasn't. Eden. She knew Eden was aware of exactly what it was that drove them apart. Trey wasn't coy about it. Trey was quite vocal about it. Are you winning, son? Thank you, Crown. I am winning this book. I do think I am winning. Though, it's at a very slow and steady pace. How you doing, Crown? Welcome in. Crown in the Ring. I like that name. It's pretty cool. This is Cyberpunk. Yes, it is. I mean, it's also got, you know, some space sci-fi but what I'm writing right here is absolutely cyberpunk. Check this out.
She couldn't help but wonder whether providing aid to her was actually in her best interest, or if she would prefer death considering the state of her body. Trey had trouble trying to comprehend what had happened to her, and how she must be feeling. Was she even aware of anything that was happening? It's a little hard to tell past the bandages and tubes, but she's quite a pretty, portable piece of meat, isn't she? Shivers ran down Trey's spine as she heard the familiar voice. For a moment, she wasn't sure if the voice was in her head, but when she looked toward the source, she saw her buxom blonde ghost step out of a dark corner, her eyes glowing like a predator from the shadows. Trey let out a heavy sigh as she bowed her head in disappointment. The gorgeous ghost continued. I thought you said you preferred real girls, so you have something to grab. Eden approached the bed and leaned forward, observing the woman's limbless, carved body. This one has no tits or ass to speak of, and very little of anything else. There was nothing that Trey could do to stop Eden from speaking. Even disabling her BSI completely wouldn't do it, as Eden had clearly shown her that it's not possible to completely disable a BSI without having it surgically removed. Whenever Eden appeared, Trey could only wait for her to disappear on her own. I remember you not being able to get enough, Eden said. We'd spend days in bed attached at the lips. I remember you saying you wished you had more hands to feel me with, and a longer tongue to get to more hard-to-reach places. Whatever happened to that? It wasn't a mystery to Trey, and she knew Eden was aware of exactly what it was that drove them apart. Trey was quite vocal about it.
Yeah, so Eden, I describe her as a ghost. Basically, Eden was a human, and is, I guess, is kind of a human still. But, they got brainstem interfaces, BSIs, which are basically, you know, allows you to, you know, overlay reality over, it's basically like VR that's attached directly to your brain, and you can access the internet and everything. And that was all fine and good for Trey, Estrella, this woman here. But her girlfriend, Eden, decided to take it a step further and abandoned her human body altogether, basically uploading her consciousness to basically to the net, to computers. She exists entirely in cyberspace right now, and she just, you know, left her body. And Trey was not about that. She did not like it at all. Eden had done it without her.
Thank you for following.
Thanks for the follow. Yeah, Eden. This is Eden right here. Eden had done it without, you know, her knowledge. Basically did it without talking to Trey about it. And it was a big deal. And Trey basically broke up with Eden. However, Eden, being a cybernetic entity, a cyberspace entity now, comes to visit Trey all the time, basically via augmented reality. And yeah, she definitely has access to android bodies, and she can actually even take control of human bodies as well. She can just hack into people that have a BSI and control their bodies that way. But I think at this point she's going to recommend there are people that allow other people, like get paid to allow other people to take over their bodies, and she's going to suggest that to Eden here shortly. But right now she only appears as a digital representation, as you know, essentially a hologram, augmented reality. But even with this level of technology that they have, the capabilities of the BSI, even touch and smell and all of the senses can be almost perfectly simulated. So Eden can even make herself touchable. But yeah, Trey is very not for that. Is the ghost augmented reality? So yeah, the ghost is definitely a form of like augmented reality. Yeah, and this is Yuri's story. There is some lesbianness in it. But is mind hacking federally augmented? Yes. In this world, like, it is highly illegal to hack into someone's brain and even just communicate with them, but especially like taking over their bodily autonomy against their will. People will allow other people to take over if they like, and if they pay generally. But yeah, it's like a consensual thing. So if somebody consents to it, then there's not necessarily any legality. And also, I would say it probably depends on the planet that they're on, what the local laws are. I'm sure there are some cities, some regions, some settlements where it's not legal in the least bit to take over anybody's body, whether it's consensual or not. That is just completely illegal, but yeah. My word count so far is go to here. 13,589 approximately. And give it like 50 to 100 words, more or less. Yep, it's this one's going to be long. I'm currently on chapter 8, and it is expected to be. Let's go look at this. How many chapters is it going to be? 27 chapters. So yeah, I'm on chapter 8 of 27. So it's going to be quite chunky. This is not my first book. This is actually number 4 of full-length novels. I have written 3 that are in the same universe here. And they're all 3 of them are available online on Amazon. At the links just posted in the chat. each story, while they all take place in the same universe, each story is standalone. So, hey, have a good one, Nathan. Thanks for being here. And I might see you in the morning. I'll do what I can to stream through the night. Because I don't want to sleep through. Trey was quite vocal about it. I don't do audiobooks? Like, are you saying make audiobooks? Or listen to audiobooks? Because I haven't made audiobooks yet. But I definitely want to. I've read my books aloud, like on stream before. Each one of them I've read in its entirety on stream. And actually I've wrote most of them on stream as well. But no, I do not have them as audiobooks yet. I would like to read them myself, but I'm also considering just doing like a AI audiobook. It would be great to hire somebody to do that, but you know, money, 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 money. I ain't got money. Speaking of, if you'd like to support me, go check out my Patreon at patreon.com/BennyKill709. Because that's me. How explicit do my books get? I would definitely call them mature rated. But they do not cross the line into smut or, you know, like erotic books. They're generally mostly thriller, horror. This one is getting a little closer to romance. I'm trying to work a little bit more romance into this one to try and, you know, get into that genre. Yeah. Cool. Are you writing it on stream? I don't know if I would be able to do that on stream. I mean, I know that I wouldn't. Rolled her eyes and shook her head. But said nothing. Hey, Morgana. Welcome. What advice do you give to someone who's doing a total genre shift with Draft 2? Huh. What advice? A total genre shift? How much would you have to change? I've never done that. I've never tried to do that. Fantasy to sci-fi fantasy. Okay. That's easier than what I think that'll be a little bit easier than what I was thinking, which would be like going from like horror to comedy or something. Going from fantasy to sci-fi fantasy. I don't think it would be too terribly hard. I think it would be easier than doing, you know, some other major genre shifts. What I would do is, at the points when you are describing the magic, just every once in a while, change one of the magic things to explain it, and don't explain it in detail, but explain it in a way that makes it seem like it's actually a technology and not a magic. You know, it's I don't know how I would describe it. Not to change the plot that much. I was more adding more of the futuristic elements that I was attempted to add by the original Chapter 5. Yeah, like, consider the level of technology. Think of like ways that whenever you do mention magic or start talking about like magic spells and stuff, see if there's a way that you can explain the spell using sci-fi terms. Like an easy one that I consider, that I always think of in that, is nanomachines. If you have like a magic spell or something that when somebody casts it, what they're actually doing is like, you know, they'll say these magic words, or what, this is just an example, they'll say the magic words and maybe make a gesture or something, or use some ingredients, like if you're playing D&D, you know, they have like components, like physical components, like they might describe actual like elements or like items that gets used in the spell. Basically, like when they're saying the magic spell, instead of it being like a bunch of magic words, it's more like you're asking Siri, you're asking like an artificial intelligence to do a certain thing, like disintegrate this matter or something. And and there's more than one way that you can like talk to an artificial intelligence. You could have it like your gestures as well. Like, what if the gesture isn't like some arcane gesture that you see in, fantasy things, but what if it's like sign language that going along with the order that you're giving to the AI gives more detail about exactly what you want the nanomachines to do. And that way you can definitely make like a lot of different kinds of spells, turn them into more sci-fi. And yeah, adding mech suits, that would definitely be good. Always love a good mech suit, especially I haven't seen a whole lot in the fantasy genre, so that would be great. How sci-fi am I? This is interplanetary, definitely. They have FTL drives in this universe that can instantly teleport you from one location to another as long as you have the coordinates. And when I mean instant, I mean like it can take you not just across the galaxy, but even to other galaxies and across the universe in the blink of an eye, with no like time traveled. Characters in the planet with the medieval phase and have their tech be considered magic. Oh, you're talking about Morgana's. Chick is real. Fantasy setting with steampunk. Mechs could be steam powered, yeah. I also think, like, what if the mechs are you know how Evangelion, the mechs are kind of like biological creatures. They're almost angels in themselves, that are being controlled by humans. You could have something like that, like these mechs, while generally mechanical, they also have like a core that contains the soul of maybe like a very powerful creature, a dragon, or some other fantastical creature, and that's what's providing a lot of power to the mech itself. And when you're inside the mech, you're basically controlling stuff. Do I write under a pen name? I mean, this name is pretty much what I write under, BennyKill709, but also on Amazon, because it doesn't allow me to do just a single word name, like the way that BennyKill709 is spelled. I have put them under my name, Benjamin Baird, as well. Okay, let's see how much progress I've done. Okay, from here on down to here. That's about as much as I wrote, which actually is better than the past couple of days. Not a whole lot, but yeah. I already have the characters and universe set, making it kind of like technology taking over magic, and the kingdom where the main story is being set is basically the technologically advanced, while countries that break off are far from being technological. One country has already been destroyed because of their resistance. Nice. That sounds really interesting. Few books available. Do you make much money? You don't have to answer that. Yeah, I'll go ahead and answer that. And the answer is no. I do not make much money. I wonder... Let's see. Let me log into KDP. And what is my password? Yeah, password incorrect. LMNOP. Oh my god, I don't even have... Oh, there we go. No, it is not an easy thing, Morgana. Now where do I see my reports? I don't have any sales, at least this month. But lifetime. Oh man, Nobody's read any of Devour yet. I gotta advertise more of that. People from the UK are reading Suicide and Deicide. But yeah, that's it. All books, lifetime. Ooh, I've had a total of 9 units processed. Cool. 2 people have ordered Suicide. 2 people ordered Stalker way back. And 5 people have ordered Deicide. Cool. But yeah, so yeah, 9 units processed. So I've maybe made 20 bucks, maybe 30 bucks total. Each of those books are between 50,000 and 100,000 words. I think 75,000 was Devour. Devour was probably 75,000 words. A lot of work into my second draft. I'm planning on sending a draft 3 to my betas. Awesome. Good luck with sending stuff to your betas. Oh, we're counting 75k on average. That's a lot of work for 20 bucks. Yep. Yep. But it's out there, and they're finished, and they can just start making me money now. But I really wish they could make me a lot more money, but I'm really bad at advertising them. The hardest thing about self-publishing isn't actually getting the words up there. That's actually pretty easy. It's the advertising. It's telling people about my books. And, yeah. Finishing a book at all is an accomplishment. I agree with that. The first book that I actually finished, that was over 50,000 words, was in 2021. And that was awesome. That was Deicide. And it felt amazing finally finishing that book. All of them have been amazing to finish. Alright guys, I'm gonna go ahead and call it here. I really appreciate y'all watching. If you enjoy my stuff, and if you're watching on YouTube, make sure to like and subscribe. And check out patreon.com/BennyKill709 or buymeacoffee.com/BennyKill709. Because that is me, BennyKill709. And I would much appreciate anything you can do to support me. And yeah, I stream at the same time every weekday, most weekdays. And yeah, I'll be back a little bit later, hopefully, with some gaming streams. I'm gonna try and play some more Sniper Elite Resistance and violently kill some Nazis. So let's do that. Thank you again for watching. I really appreciate it, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your night. If you hang around for a little bit, I'll go ahead and send you guys on over to another channel. And yeah, thanks again for watching. I'll have you over in just a few moments.
Gary, used car shopping can't hurt you.
Ignore that.